Everyone is part of a bigger story. It's a bigger story than you can imagine. It's a big story about a really big God. Discover the story that shows you the character of God. Hey friends, I'm Caleb, and today I plan to share with you my Bible. Whether you read God's word on the printed page, scroll through an app, or listen online, you'll discover that you have a role to play in God's story. God created an amazing world, but people chose to go their own way. From the very beginning, though, God had a plan to bring us back into relationship. Because of Jesus, God's Son, we can be friends with God. But just as in any friendship, we have to set aside time to really learn to know God. That takes commitment. And I've got 4 stories right here to show us what it can look like. We get started in the book of Psalms. In Psalm 119, the psalmist, or writer, says, "Your word is like a lamp that shows me the way. It is like a light that guides me." One of the best ways to learn how to listen to God is to read God's word in the Bible. Those words can shine a light on the choices you make every day. Time to head for the New Testament and the book of Matthew. Here, we're in the middle of the Sermon on the Mount as Jesus teaches his followers how to live for God. He says that one of the best ways to do that is to simply talk to God. And you can do that anywhere, anytime, about anything. We stay in Matthew for our next story. Rumors are flying about who Jesus actually is, but it's all under the radar until Jesus asks his friends, "Who do you say I am?" It's the most important question of all time, and Peter's answer hits it out of the park. We wrap up in the book of Mark. Here, Jesus has just warned about living a life that's all for show, like the religious leaders. As Jesus and his followers watch a crowd of rich people toss coins in the temple offering box, a poor widow shows up. She's only got 2 tiny copper coins to give, but Jesus says that in God's eyes, the math adds up to way more. We can grow in friendship with God every day as we practice hearing from God, praying to God, talking about God, and living for God. That's what true commitment looks like. And I can't wait to see how it shows up in you and me.